What is that?
Welcome to Willowbank.
What do you guys think about Top Fuel Motorcycle?
It's the raddest, man.
How about it?
Fastest two wheels on the planet. Can't beat it.
Best fun you can have with your clothes on.
There we go. Enjoy.
The true fans of Australia, thank you for the wonderful welcome, and welcome to all of you watching. We've got a great show for you. We're going to show you some of the wildest and quickest motorcycles in Australia. If you ever wondered what the drag bike scene, what the sport bike scene was like down under, stay with us, because this is your VIP pass into motorcycle enlightenment. We're going to start with a category called Modified Bike. We know it as Pro ET over in the United States. It features all different types of motorcycles here at the 52nd Annual Gulf Western Nationals.
Check out cycledrag.com.
The Jamboree girls are here, and we appreciate that. We'll hear more from the Jamboree girls later, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Here's what I want to start with. A very rare GSXR 1400. Yes, I said 1400. Oh, he turns the red one on. This is an elimination round. That was a very rare, only produced for a few years, not available in the United States, GSXR 1400. Does anyone know anything about that bike? Did you have that bike? In fact, let's start that. Any motorcycle that you have ever ridden, if you see one that you have experience on, please in the comments tell me when you rode it, what it was like, give me your whole review, and we'll compare notes at the end down there in the comments. So if you're just finding this video, make sure you check out the comments, because I'm sure we're going to have all types of good information about the different bikes here. We have some common Hayabusas, GSXR 1000s, some of the more rare machines like that GSXR 1400, and even some Harley Davidson V-Rod Destroyers. But let's continue on. We're melting tires at Willowbank Raceway. We bring up the #1 qualifier, Michael Beaton, and the rust bucket, he calls it. Don't be fooled by that Hayabusa right-hand lane. There's nothing rusty about that machine. It's an amazing motorcycle. Oh, red light start. Look at the wheelie. Look at the wheelie for Beaton. And that's what happens when you have a fearsome reputation. A lot of times guys will turn the red one on and give you one. All right, Harley Davidson fans, where you at? Here's your guy coming up alongside a GSXR 1000. That is the 6110 of Christopher Costello on the Harley Davidson. We'll see what he can do here as he gets set to take on a very quick 899 Dowden Suzuki. I believe that's Craig Banks from Uh-oh, problem with the Dowden. It's probably too late though. Oh no. Oh no. Look at the Dowden. Yes, it says 6 on the board. A lot of drag strips will have signs that say do not stage until your Dowden is correct. I don't think there's much they can do about it now, unfortunately. I know at Maryland International Raceway and other tracks that I've been to, they actually put that sign up there that says once you stage, you have accepted your Dowden. Unfortunately, it's going to be an errant pass for that competitor. Right-hand lane takes the win. 932. The Harley does not go on. Some wild machines coming up. I believe another Suzuki near lane, or is it? Let me take a second look. It's definitely a Kawasaki ZX14 far lane. You can tell by the body work and the cool body panels. That may not be a Suzuki near lane. That kind of looks like a Honda, or maybe even a Yamaha. You guys help me out here. It's custom paint, so it's very hard to tell. Take a look and see if I can pull up any data on this machine. One of the quicker sport bikes out there, that's for sure. We know that the ZX14 is always tough to beat. Have you ever ridden the ZX14? If so, let me know. All right, let's watch these two competitors square off. Oh, ponytail in effect. Looks like that may be one of our lovely ladies of motorcycle drag racing, or a man with very long hair. You never know. Still trying to gather as much data as we can on these competitors. Green light start. We got a fight to the finish. Top end of the racetrack. Wind light coming on right hand side. And here comes a fast Suzuki down into 899. Anybody out there in the comments caught me. If you're a true aficionado of sport bikes, you're calling out my mistake right now. That's another one of our lovely ladies. I do have data on this individual. That's Lisa Skinner. And no, I was wrong. That is not a GSXR 1000. That is a Kawasaki ZX10. Of course, it's got an aftermarket tailpiece, an extended swing arm. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate these bikes, especially when you get into the aftermarket paint. Obviously, far lane, we know that's a Kawasaki. There's no mistaking that Kawasaki green. Is that competitor dialed in the 9s? Who's going to win this one? Red light start. It's all over. Left-hand lane. Lisa Skinner going on to the next round. On an ominously gray day here from beautiful Willowbank Raceway. Guys, if you ever have the chance to travel down under, you got to do it. There are so many motorcycle fans and drag racing fans in Australia. They're so incredibly passionate about this sport. We had such a great time with Cycle Drag. We did a ton of videos on the pros too. If you want to see pro bike, pro stock bike, top fuel, those can all be found on the Cycle Drag YouTube channel. In-depth videos for you. Well, there's no mistaking the motorcycle coming up right now. Because we can all spot that one absolutely a mile away. That, of course, is the Suzuki Hayabusa. I do believe that is Scott Much coming up. He comes from Queensland. Runs in the 860s. He'll be taking on a Honda CBR right-hand lane. Another one of our talented ladies out there getting it done. Have you ever ridden a CBR 900? It's one of the more obscure bikes when it comes to motorcycle drag racing. We don't see quite as many Hondas and Yamahas as we do Suzukis and Kawasaki's, but they do surface. And that's what's so great about bracket racing. It's not about how fast you are, but how consistent you are. The Hayabusa trying to chase down that CBR. Can he catch him? Yes. CBR not able to hold off that fast-charging Hayabusa. And here comes another fast Kawasaki ZX14. Guys, also in the comments, I want to know your thoughts on the ZX14 versus the Hayabusa. Let's get into it. Let me know if you could buy one right now. If I said you can go to the dealership, you can have a 14 or a BUSA. It's on Cycle Drag. You can only pick one. Which one would you pick and why? I'll give you my answer. Here's my answer, and it may stun you because I am a Hayabusa owner, and there's a Hayabusa right-hand side. I do believe, although the Hayabusa has grown on me tremendously, I do believe the Kawasaki is a better-looking bike. Overall, I do believe it's a better-looking bike. I love the lines of that ZX14. I think Kawasaki really did a good job. That being said, I've heard the Suzuki Hayabusa is much easier to work on. It's been out longer. It's more affordable. There's more parts readily available, especially in a drag racing game. So for that reason, I would probably take the Suzuki Hayabusa, which is the bike that I have in my garage right now. But I'm not one of these guys who's uber brand loyal. Hey, if it's got two wheels, I love it. I have a Kawasaki KX250 dirt bike, a Suzuki Hayabusa, a Kawasaki KZ1000 from 1977 that I love dearly. I will tell you, these new V-twins are really growing on me as well. They're fast, they're reliable. That was the knock on Harley for many years. Remember, it was, know, back in the day, it was so hard to keep these bikes together. The stereotype was you had to be a mechanic to keep a Harley running. I mean, now those bikes are just so consistent and so dependable. As we watch the Speed Twin, Harley Davidson take on the Kawasaki ZX14. Red light start. It's over, down low. Kawasaki's going to cruise to victory. And I certainly hope you are enjoying this look at the Australian Pro ET riders. Love the burnouts. Don't want to talk over the burnouts for you guys. I'll try to give you a healthy dose of natural sound so you can hear those engines scream. This is the category known as modified bike in Australia. There's a beautiful black and gold Yamaha. So let's hear from you. Those are the questions that we're talking about in the comments. Please read the comments and add your 2 cents. We're talking ZX14 versus BUSA. Which one would you take and why? We're talking about the Hayabusa perhaps being easier to work on and a little more affordable. Have heard that the Kawasaki is a little faster out of the box. It's a touch faster. It's got a touch bigger motor. 1441, I do believe, the ZX14. How about 879? Right hand side. Here comes that good looking Yamaha again. Here's some inside ball game for you too as we listen to this Hayabusa. I gotta say, the guy who I feel did the best pushing Yamaha sport bikes and drag racing. Let's see if you can guess this trivia question because it's going back quite a few years. Mr. Eddie Krawick. Same Eddie Krawick who is a 4-time NHRA Pro Stock champion with Harley Davidson. I used to do Eddie's team reports long ago when he raced in a category called 600 Super Sport and then also 1000 Super Sport. And Eddie was a Yamaha guy and he had those Yamahas flying. Little factoid for you if anybody asks what Eddie rode before getting that sweet deal with Vance and Hines and the Harley Davidson factory contract. He was a Yamaha man. Here we go. Continue. Oh, look at that big wheelie. Holy moly. Back in the gas, though, problems. Right-hand lane. Oh, left-hand lane's going to steal one. Still only runs a 10th off his Dow. I think he must have had a little in his pocket there. What do you think? To pop a wheelie like that and only be a 10th off. Also, another question I have for you. Are you a bracket racer? Are you a bracket racer? And if you are, tell us what track you run, what series you run, what type of motorcycle or vehicle you run. And maybe let us in on some of your secrets, some of your tips. There's a fine art to bracket racing that most will not appreciate. We'll try to enlighten those of you that are just here to watch cool motorcycles, and that's fine too because we love that. Here comes the V-Rod. Oh, what a beautiful burnout. Let's see it one more time. We'll give you dual angles of this V-Rod. So I also want to know, we're talking about bikes that you've ridden. Have you ever had an opportunity to ride the V-Rod? I really like the V-Rod. I'm assuming it didn't sell well. That's why it went away. We see the NHRA team. They had to go to the street rod. Now that bike's gone. Now they're FXDR. I really like the V-Rod. I can only assume the sales numbers were not strong enough to justify it for Harley Davidson, but I really thought it was a good-looking motorcycle. Rod was the correct name because it just reminded me of a hopped-up hot rod Harley. Speaking of hot rod Harleys, here we go. And do we have any Harley Davidson drag bike racers out there? If you're watching this video and you're a Harley drag racer, let us in on some of the challenges of 2-cylinder racing versus 4-cylinder racing. That, of course, the 4-cylinder Hayabusa with the extended swing arm dialed in at 888. Harley dialed into 1039. If you're new to bracket racing, those are what we use to stagger the start. So the Harley will get a slight head start here. Boom, there goes the Harley. Now the Hayabusa's got to run them down, but guess what? You can't red light. So as soon as that Hayabusa red lights, the win light comes on right-hand lane. Harley wins. The other thing is you cannot go under your dowel-in. That's how they keep it fair. They keep it on a level playing field. I know for most fans coming to the sport, ET racing can be so incredibly difficult to understand. But I'll tell you this, it is such an amazing system. It's why drag racing is strong and healthy. Hey, listen, we know as spectators, it's the out the back door, heads up classes that drive attendance. We understand that. But here in bracket racing, where else could you have a 40 bike field with an 830 to 1194 split and it's all on an even playing field? This is a test of consistency, cutting a light, and getting your bike to run the number, and avoiding problems like that one right there. One little mistake like that and you're out. As long as this competitor does not run under, he should have it, absolutely. Rolls off the gas, takes the easy win, advances to the next round with 982 at 143 miles an hour. We bring up the next pair, and this is actually a ZX12 other lane alongside its successor, the ZX14. What do you remember about the 12 though? 12 dialed into 944. 12 was the forerunner, the predecessor of the 14. Didn't seem to be that successful of a motorcycle. It seemed like Kawasaki needed to get the 14 out to compete with the Hayabusa. 12 just wasn't getting it done. Have you ever drag raced or ridden a 12? If so, let me hear about it. Did used to see a lot of them at the track in the early 2000s. Far into the racetrack, 12 wins at 947. I remember Ricky Gadsden had a ZX12 street bike shootout machine for a long time. And here is the Yamaha. We're seeing more Yamahas over in Australia. Alongside the Harley Davidson V-Rod Destroyer. Who remembers this bike? Guys, this bike was so cool and showed Harley's incredible commitment to drag racing. This is the only drag bike I've ever heard of that came right from the factory. You would buy this bike directly from a Harley Davidson dealer. Back in, I'm going to say 06, 07, HDRA had a category dedicated to the V-Rod Destroyers. These things would run 990s right out of the box, and you could hop them up to go quicker, as this competitor did. Boom. Not going to take the win, though. He's off the number with a 942. Melting those rear tires. And if you love Harley V-Rod Destroyers, don't fret, because we got another one. This is Levi Addison near lane. Beautiful Harley Davidson V-Rod Destroyers. They were great looking bikes, well put together. So I wonder, will we ever see Harley do something like this again? Or any of the factories? Will we ever see a drag bike direct from the factory? One could probably argue that the Hayabusa and ZX14 are drag bikes from the factory that need very, very little. But this was legit. Wheelie bar, shift light, not for street use. 9-second Harley Davidson that you could buy right from the factory. How about that? You can pick them up now pretty affordably. When they came out, I think they were selling somewhere in the neighborhood of $30,000. See used ones now for 10 or less. The question is, can you get parts for it though? Definitely, if you got the mechanical know-how, if you get in with a good shop that's got a CNC machine, they're going to be able to keep you going out there. But definitely not as easy as it used to be when a motorcycle becomes discontinued. Beautiful red and black attack. Kawasaki ZX14. This is one of my favorite liveries for this motorcycle. and this gentleman's just going to break the bean. One of the benefits of having the buy run, modified bike. Well, stay with us because we're going to meet some of the players here in modified bike. I told you we're also going to talk to the Jamboree girls by the end of this video, so stick with me through the end of this video and leave me something down there in the comments so I know you're watching, whether it be a comment on one of these bikes,
Always nice
where
to
you're
have
watching
a buy,
from.
huh? Yeah, had the boy.
That is a great feeling, by the way. Drag racers will know what I'm talking about there. It's like an extra time trial and an automatic pass into the next round. How about these fans out at Willowbank, guys? Get a load of this. This was under the threat of rainy skies. I'm telling you, they love drag racing in Australia. NHRA needs to find a way to get the big boys over there and host an event. I know IHRA was talking about it for a long, long time. Great show of support for Cycle Drag. Thank you, young man. I hope you guys all have your good luck Cycle Drag decals. What an incredible show it was. Well, why don't we head back into the pits and meet some of these individuals. As I said before, please, if you're watching this video, leave me a comment. Where are you watching from? What country? Do you know anything about any of these motorcycles? Give us some insight. What would you like to see more of? We want to shine the spotlight on everybody, not just the pros, even the weekend warriors here in the modified bike category. I know when I went over there, I was so humbled that a lot of them watched the Cycle Drag YouTube channel and the CycleDrag.com Facebook page. So it's great to give Australia some exposure to the rest of the world. There comes the tree. Some of you have asked, show the tree, show the tree. That is just for you. If you asked me to show the tree, that's me reading your feedback and taking it into an account. Just want to give you a good look here at Willowbank and the talented staff. This very famous racetrack. A lot of fun over there. But like I said, let's head back to the pits and meet some of these players.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Australia. Mitch, we're in Australia.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by fast motorcycles. How great is this?
This is great. You know, we're here doing the Mitch and Jack show all the way in Australia. We don't get to do this very much at home because I'm usually working and Jack's either pumping iron or, you know, doing that
Uploading videos.
awesome video work that he does. So we're happy to be here together.
It's exciting though. Look, we got. All right, that was a wild first round of bracket racing. Good news for you is your whole team survives. You won, and your other teammate won here. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, we're actually pretty good. We all got through first round, which is great. We're tied 1, 2, 3 for the championship at the moment. So I had a close race. I got through like 18 10,000ths of a second. Wow. We just couldn't tell until we got our time cards at the end. Al was in front of me. Our other teammate, he got through, which is really good. Actually, he comes out now.
Sure.
And then obviously Mick as well.
Yeah, we got through.
You made it on that beautiful blue
042
throwback boost. 042 on the
green.
tree.
Went 847 on the 35, but we're still having wheelie problems. We wheelied to fourth gear yesterday, half track. It's never done that before. It went 124 to 60 on Thursday. Yeah, we're going to be pulling clutch out and seeing if we can't pull timing or something. We got to lose some power somewhere. I think the air's too good for us.
How much time do you have before round 2?
11 o'clock.
Also, just
So
a
yeah,
couple hours.
An hour and 45. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck to you guys, man. It's
Thank
going to
you
be a
very
tough round 2, huh?
Thanks, mate.
Good luck.
I love the compounds that they have over in Australia. They set up these big giant tents and racers pit together. They pull out the laptop. That's one of the most valuable tools in this day and age of racing. We did a video about that on Cycle Drag too, about all the different sensors on the motorcycle and the different data that these racers will collect. Helps them tune the motorcycle and keep that motorcycle running consistent.
There you go. Would you say this laptop's your most important tool?
If I can get it to work properly, it will be, absolutely, yeah.
What are you looking at on the laptop after a run like that?
So we're just stock ECU, stock Gen 2 ECU flashed. So for me, we can't really pull clutch out of it because it doesn't like it that went worse. So we're just going to try and pull some timing and see if we can't just make it, you know, winter here, it's a summer, we make 10 horsepower. So summer here, 40-degree heat, 90% humidity, it's rubbish. And then today we're like probably 16 or 17 degrees, no humidity, minus 200 feet air. So yeah, we're making bulk power. So the little stock motor went 830, 160, so we want to go back there.
There you go.
beautiful Hayabusa he calls the rust bucket. It's far from a rust bucket though, I promise you that. Hey, they even let me sit on a bike. How about that? One of the quick time bikes.
Wow. So much lighter compared to mine. Mine's pretty much stock. It's like feather light. Beautiful. Love it. Feels fast.
Coming out for a ride one year.
I would like that.
Put you down the track.
I would like that. What's the best ET on this bike?
742.
Woo! Speed?
193.
Oh my. Yeah. This should be a handful.
All you, mate. All
Thanks for
you.
showing me, man.
No worries.
All right, welcome to Australia. We have caught up with the lovely Jamboree girls. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Soraya. Hi, I'm Catherine. Casey. Stephanie.
Mitch. So, what's it like to be a Jamboree girl? Tell me about what you're doing here.
Oh, it's amazing. The atmosphere is so much fun. Honestly, you just can't get enough.
Very cool. How about for you?
Well, I've worked for Jamboree for many years now. Jamboree is such a good event. So it's full contact drag racing. There's babe, bikini proms. So that's an event to come out to.
Excellent. How about for you? You guys enjoy it?
Yes, definitely. We're back every year, so can't get enough of it.
I know Mitch enjoys it.
Yeah.
Jamboree. Thank you so much, girls. We appreciate it. CycleDrag.com is where you can go to see this video. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you very much to the Jamboree girls. We appreciate it. Thank you for the offer to ride that 190-mile-an-hour motorcycle, too. I've only been 143 on my BUSA, but I think I may be up for the thrill. Hey, guys, speaking of the thrill, I hope you get a thrill out of this channel. I hope you're subscribed to Cycle Drag on YouTube and you like CycleDrag.com on Facebook. Please, again, leave me a comment so I know that you watched. Leave me your best feedback or answer any of the questions that I talked about. We're talking ZX14 versus BUSA. We're talking about different motorcycles. We're talking about what you like or dislike about this channel. Thanks so much. And please, if you can, share this with some motorcycle friends. Let's keep it growing. We're coming up on 40,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. And we'll see you as the Cycle Drag World Tour continues. You never know what race we'll show up at.